to talk to you about enlightenment. What is it? There's probably no error more common in conducting the enlightenment experience than errors in accepting things for enlightenment that in fact are not enlightenment. This is the most common and most serious error that is made by enlightenment masters of any ilk. This enlightenment technique is spread all over the world, and with varying degrees of proficiency. Some have varied it quite a bit, primarily because either they had different goals, in which they didn't even know they had a different goal, that they were not striving for enlightenment experiences, but instead were striving for phenomena. They were trying to get some sort of experience. Whether it was enlightenment or not didn't matter. Or they didn't even know that there was a difference between phenomena and a direct experience of truth.
What is the difference between an insight and an enlightenment experience?
Or they weren't able to tell the difference between an insight and a direct experience. In fact, some people were only ending up with definitions, and still are. They're satisfied with definitions. What is life? Let's see. Look in the dictionary. Life is a growing process. All right. You're satisfied with that? Yes. Okay, you're enlightened. Now, semantics is fine. And it's a very valuable asset for mankind to work with words and ideas and get them squared away. But don't confuse that with enlightenment experience. Having a very good definition, clear cut of what a word means, or tagging the right word onto a certain clear idea. These are well defined, and that's good. And very often is taken mistakenly by innocent people. I have to give them that benefit that they're innocent as enlightenment experiences. Insights are even more often taken as enlightenment experience, where they suddenly see something that they've never seen before. And it sometimes is quite exciting to the people, and quite, they feel benefited from it, because they say, now I see. But that in itself is not necessarily an enlightenment experience. The difference between an enlightenment experience and an insight is primarily that an insight is had through a process. An enlightenment experience is not. Through the process of thinking, through the process of seeing, through the process of perception, through the process of having gone through a mental procedure and arrived at a conclusion through logic, reasoning, and they end up with an insight. The very word itself describes it. It's an insight. They've had an internal seeing. It's a perception. Oh, I can feel it's true. If they feel it's true, that's excellent. Insights are beneficial to people. One of the greatest thrills that they'll have in their lives is to have an insight. and it will help them with their lives. But it's not enlightenment. And many people in the therapeutic world, especially in the humanities, and people who have worked in direct methods of trying to achieve enlightenment have accepted insights as enlightenment experiences. And they're not. It's a degradation of the word enlightenment and the tradition that is, we know, famously begun by Buddha. It's a shame on his experience for people to take definitions and insights as equivalent to enlightenment experiences.